Let's open one. Yes. Okay, please say 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good evening to everyone. So I wish today too may you have a very nice spiritual day. And at the same time, I wish that may you all be able to develop your calmness and insight within too. And may this practice help you to develop in the Dhamma path. So dear Dhamma friends, now we are continuing with our meditation, and the newcomers, they are practicing breathing meditation, and all students, they are practicing Vipassana meditation. So, so in breathing meditation, I gave a basic breathing meditation for certain students. Please practice that one. That means, so you were asked to observe the breath, which is coming in and which is going out through your nostrils. Right? Please come, Nico. You can come here. Sure. So, so newcomers were asked to observe the basic breath. That means when the breath is coming in, you are asked to be fully aware. Fully aware means you are not supposed to go with the breath all the way in. You have to stop your focus at the end of your nostrils, right? At the end of your nostrils means that part you can't see, but you only can feel. So breath will go in and it will touch a particular area before it goes in, right? So up to that point, please observe the breath. So when it goes in, it will touch that area. So within that process, keep on being aware that now the breath is coming in. When the breath is going out, it will go. So that means it will come back, and it will touch the very same area before it goes out. So keep on at that time. Please keep on being aware. Right now, at this moment, my breath, it is going out. The breath is going out. If it is long, please be fully aware that it is long. If it is short, please be fully aware that it is short. And if it is so gross or soft, please be aware as it is. Right now, my breath is soft. Right now, my breath is gross, like that. So in this manner, please keep on being aware about your breath. And at the same time, certain students were asked to observe, asked to practice the second step of breathing meditation. So they were asked not to go all the way in, but just to be aware about the touch of the breath within the big triangular area below the nostrils and above the upper lip. That means within this area, when the breath comes and touches, you are aware. Right now, the breath is coming. So you understand it by you stay aware it by focusing on the touch of your breath within that part. And when it goes out too, it will touch the very same area and will go out. So you stay aware that way. So that's for the students who practice for some time and who could focus well at least for 10, 20 seconds consistently. But newcomers, they are asked to practice the first one, right? And at the same time, so Vipassana students, they were asked to practice the fifth step of Vipassana meditation. What is that? So you are asked to observe the sensations. So throughout your legs, that pop up throughout your legs. So you start with the buttock area, and then after that, so then after that, the thigh area, and then after that the knee, so lower leg area, and the wrinkle, and then after that upper foot area and lower foot area, and finally tip of the toes on both legs, right? So whatever the sensations that you experience within those areas, so please keep on observing. So all those sensations that arise, they have the same characteristic. They arise to pass. They arise to pass. So with that understanding, please keep on being aware. So that is the practice that you have to do. Before that, you have to understand why you are practicing. So here you have to understand that you are practicing a method. When you practice Vipassana especially, you are practicing a method to come out of craving. You are not here to increase craving. So when you have craving, so within, so whatever the problems that you are face in your life, they have the root of them have arisen from craving. So whenever there is craving, what happens is there is no satisfaction. That means there is no any ultimate satisfaction. So you keep on so running after things, and you don't have the control on yourself, right? So you are here to stop that process. Instead, you are going to practice the process to come out of your craving and to develop to achieve the eternal freedom and eternal happiness with it, right? So whenever there is craving, Buddha says, Tanhaya jayati soko. Because of craving arises sorrow. Tanhaya jayati bhaya. Because of craving, there arises the fear. If you have sorrow about anything in your life, if you have fear about anything in your life, that have arisen because of our own craving, right? So tanhaya vipamuttase natti soko kutobaya. So if someone gets away, if someone eradicates craving, then for such kind of people, no sorrow and no fear, right? So then you are practicing this noble method, this ancient technique to come out of your craving. So whenever comfortable sensations arise, make it an opportunity to come out of your craving. Understand the reality. So craving arises because you don't understand about the reality of your mind and body. So whenever you encounter those comfortable sensations, you think they are yours. But you have to really understand those sensations arise because of the causes. Many biochemical causes joining together, that sensation arises. It can be a mental phenomenon, it can be a physical phenomenon. Somehow they arise because of many biochemical reasons joining together. So this teaching is mainly for Vipassana students. So, but everyone can get benefits. So then when those causes are over, when the causes go away, that particular comfortable sensation also goes up. But if you develop craving without ignorance, without understanding that they are impermanent, what happens is, then you develop the sorrow. You develop sorrow. And then, so while they are staying, you can't enjoy them because you think you are afraid that they'll go pass up, right? They'll pass up. But when you don't have any attachment, when you don't have any craving towards them, what happens is, when they are there, you experience them wholeheartedly, and when they pass away, you understand they have passed away. They had the nature of passing away. They have passed away. Uncomfortable sensations also arise. So sometimes pain arises, sometimes burning sensations arise, sometimes you experience sensations like pinching. So sometimes you experience sensation, various kinds of you'll experience hard sensation. So like that, you'll experience such kind of uncomfortable sensations too. So you have to understand wisely. At such times, you should not let those things to manipulate you and make you confused, right? So you should not let them to waver you. Instead, with a strong mind, you have to understand these uncomfortable sensations have the same characteristic like the comfortable sensation. They also have arisen because of many biochemical reasons joining together. When those reasons go away, what will happen is those uncomfortable sensations, they also pass. This is the nature of my body. This is the nature of my mind. When you understand wisely about those sensations this way, then what will happen is, whatever it happens, you will be at peace. You will do what you can do. After that, you will be at peace, right? So work hard to come out of your craving. But always we want to get, because of our craving, we might expect something, something different always. But you should not do like that. Instead, what you should do is, you always you are here to understand the nature as it is, nature of your body, nature of your mind as it is, and to come out of your craving. So work hard to achieve that goal with it. So let me tell you a story which is related to that before we start the meditation. This is an ancient Indian story. So at one household, there were 4 family members: husband, wife, and then 2 daughters. And then suddenly, because of some accident, husband passed away. Maybe an accident or a sickness. Then husband passed away, and according to the story, husband was born as a hen who could deliver, who could deliver golden eggs. Could deliver golden eggs. Some of you might have heard of this story from your grandparents. Then, because of that past life connection, so when he came to his home, he came to visit his home and found out that his family is struggling because of poverty. So every day what he did, so every week, once a week, he came to this house and laid one golden egg. Laid one golden egg. And so the householders came out and they noticed this golden egg. They were so happy. They didn't know how it came, but somehow they sold it and got a good amount of money, and they were thriving in life. They were living comfortably now. And the lady of that house, after some time, she developed craving. She wanted to gain more and more, more and more money, right? So that she can gain more and more things. So one day, she was hiding and checking. So she was trying to find out from where this golden egg comes, and then she noticed this hen who lays golden eggs. Then after that, one day, she thought of a wicked plan. So what she did was she caught, using some kind of tactic. She caught that hen which lays golden eggs, and then after that, she killed it, and she killed it to find golden eggs, many golden eggs with it. Finally, she found out all the eggs inside that hen, they were white, not gold. And finally, after some time, they again fell into poverty. We are also the same. So we crave, we run after so many things to gain a greater happiness. But what happens is you will never find that huge bag of golden eggs. So always, so whatever the things that you experience in life, they always have the nature of impermanence. So if you keep developing attachment and craving, then finally you are not going to gain an ultimate satisfaction. But whenever you stop craving, so you gain whatever the golden egg that you get, right? And you gain the ability to live your life with that golden egg that you gain currently, right? So so please understand that and keep on practicing this noble meditation technique to come out of your brain, so that you can put an end to your sorrow, your fear, and all the other negativities that you are suffering from, right? So please practice like that. Now we are going to start. So everyone, please keep your back straight, neck straight, and head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm. Take a deep breath and let it go. Consciously take another deep breath. Let it go. Please take another deep breath and let it go. Now please calm down completely. Calm down completely. First, I'm going to pay our respect to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha with gratitude. Then after that, we are going to start today's silent meditation. Please concentrate. Namo tesse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tesse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tesse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Itimiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vinyācarane sampanno sugato lokamidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manusanam buddho bhagavati Swakato bhagavata dhammo sannitiko akaniko ehi passiko opanaiko paccatang veditammo vinyuhiti supanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupadipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Sami patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidang chattari purisa yogani Atte purisa puggalam Ese bhagavato savaka sangho ahuneyo pahuneyo nakineyo anjali karaniyo anuttarang punyakettam lokasanti. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a balanced, very equanimous, patient mind. Everyone, please start your meditation. If you are an old student, a Vipassana meditator, please keep practicing the fifth step of Vipassana meditation as I taught you. And if you are instructed to practice, if you are a beginner, please practice the basic breathing meditation technique. So as I taught you, keep on observing the incoming breath and the outgoing breath and keep focusing. Without letting the mind to go here and there, please keep on focusing, developing inner peace and inner happiness. So if you are instructed to practice the second step of breathing meditation, please keep doing so. Whatever the meditation practice that you practice, please do it diligently, with a very strong determination. Determining that you won't let your mind to roam here and there, and I will focus fully on my meditation technique. You are bound to be successful. You are bound to be successful. Please start your meditation right now. Now, everyone, please keep your eyes closed. But if your legs are paining, you can relax them and release them. Now we are going to practice loving kindness meditation in breath. Calm down. At first, let's share our loving kindness with ourselves. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards yourself first. Now, let's share our loving kindness with your dear parents, your teachers, your relatives, and friends. May my dear mother, may my dear father, may my dear relatives, teachers, and friends be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards them. Now, let's share our loving kindness with all the neutral people, the people who are not your friends, at the same time who are not your enemies, the people who are in the middle. May all the neutral people also be well. May all the neutral people also be happy. May all the neutral people also be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Spread your loving kindness towards the neutral people. Now, Let's spread our loving kindness towards the enemies. Before you spread your loving kindness towards your enemies, please forgive for the mistakes that they did, for the hurtful things that they did towards you. At the same time, mentally please ask forgiveness for the mistakes that you did to hurt them. Now please spread your loving kindness towards the enemies. May my enemies also be well. May my enemies also be happy. May my enemies also be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Spread your loving kindness towards the enemies. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. Human beings, animals, then after that, fish, birds, all the visible beings, all the invisible beings, let them be beautiful or ugly, educated or not educated, clever or not clever, strong or weak. Regardless of any of those characteristics, please share your loving kindness with all the beings, all the beings. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards all the beings in the universe. Bhavetu sabbe mangalam rakantu sabbe devata sabbe buddhanubhavine sabbe dhammanubhavine sabbe sanghanubhavine Sada Sutti Bhavantuti. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Everyone very calmly and quietly. Please open your eyes slowly. Let your whole body to relax. Let your whole body to relax. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Calm down. Now please join your palms together and say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, so that is the end of today's silent meditation session. So after the session today is the day for the questions and answers. Before that, I promised you last time that I'll summarize the 8 noble paths that you learned during the last 8 weeks, right? So can you remember the 8 noble paths? So number 1 of 8 noble paths, what is it? Right view. When you practice, so when you let go of your ignorance, inside you develop right view or right understanding, right? Then when you develop right understanding, so then I told you the second step arises. What is the second step?
Conduct.
No.
Letting.
Ms. Chanti, Ms. Shireen, is this your first time? First time, right? Your name? Anubhav. Yeah. So right. Right concept. Very nice, Ms. Shireen. Right concept. When you develop right understanding, right view within, then you develop right concept. When you realize that everything is impermanent, not by other people's talks or by reading books, by your own experience. When you realize that, you understand. And when you understand the 4 noble truths, this is not the time to teach all that. Then you develop right concept. I told you, you develop 3 kinds of right concepts within. Number 1, you develop the right concept not to harm anyone, whatever it happens. Not to get angry, whatever it happens. And at the same time, you develop the determination to come out of all your negativities. You determine the concept for it. So then after that, after the right concept, you develop the 3rd step, 3rd path. What is the 3rd one? All right. I think Ms. Dikshita couldn't come. Namal was not there. And Nicole also was not there. Mr. Bhanu, can you remember? 3rd one?
Right understanding.
Right understanding leads to right concept. And after right concept?
Right view.
No. Right speech. Very nice, Dinesha. So, right speech. You determine. Then because of your right concept, you determine whatever it happens, I'm not going to harm anyone by my speech. So I will practice harmless speech. I will speak the truth, and I will speak the words that can unite people, right? Then I will speak the words that won't hurt the other people, and at the same time, I won't gossip, right? I will only talk the things which are useful for yourself and for the others, right? I won't waste the other people's time by words, right? Then after that, so it again, you develop the fourth step. What is the fourth step? Fourth path? Right? Right action. Really
Action.
nice, Mr. Chan. Right action. Right, Mr. Wan. So right action. So in right action, you determine whatever it happens, I won't kill anyone. I won't steal anything. And at the same time, I will abstain from practicing sexual misconduct. Right? Then fifth one, Mr. Wan, do you remember?
Pardon me, I did not hear you. It is right action?
After right action,
Then it's right livelihood.
right livelihood. Right. So then fifth one, right livelihood. Because of right concept, you determine whatever it happens, I won't live my life. I won't earn things harming the other people. Instead, I will live my life by gaining things in a wholesome manner, right? As people, you need, so nobody cannot live without food, right? So you need expenses for your basic needs, right? For that, you have to earn money. When you earn money, you determine you won't earn money by harmful ways. Instead, you will earn money by harmless ways, right? So this is right livelihood, right? So please keep in mind. Better to keep in mind. I'm going to ask you again later on, right? So right understanding leads to right concept. Right concept leads to right speaking. That means right speech, right action, and right livelihood. And then after that, that very right concept leads you to practice right effort. So sixth one, what is right effort? You develop your effort in 4 ways. You determine if I know I have certain negativity. So I will try my best. I will develop my effort, my courage, my determination to come out of all those negativities. At the same time, I know that there are I don't have certain negativities. I won't let them to rise. Instead, I'll stay vigilant. I'll eradicate them. I'll completely eradicate them from my mind. And at the same time, you know that you have certain positivities, right? Positivities means you have kindness, you have compassion, you are generous, so you are helpful, and at the same time, you abstain from the wrong kinds of actions. So like that. So you determine to keep them. Not only you keep them, you determine to increase, right? If you have a certain amount of loving kindness, you try to increase it. If you have certain amount of compassion, you try to increase that, right? And at the same time, you determine that you develop effort, fourth effort, to start the positivities that you have not yet started. Let's say you have certain good qualities, but you are not good at words. You get angry easily, and when you get angry, you don't use nice words. Instead, you use words that can hurt the other people. You determine, right? This is my weak point. I'll get rid of that, and I'll practice. I'll develop nice speech within me, right? Like that. So you determine, you develop effort to start the positivities that you don't have, right? Then right effort. When you practice your right effort, then that is the time that you start to so gather yourself together. You gather yourself together, right? Because of these practices. Now you have a strong effort, strong determination, and that leads to right mindfulness. You are mindful about your body. You are mindful about your mind, right? And at the same time, you are mindful about your sensations, the feelings that you feel, right? And you are mindful about the phenomena. So earlier when happy things arrive, when things go well, right? You feel happy and you want to keep it all the time. But now you understand, because of you have right understanding, you understand this is bound to pass away. Let me enjoy the success, but I know this will also change, right? When it changes, you remind yourself, it was to change, it changed. And so now some kind of an uncomfortable situation has arisen. Let me work with this one, but this is also bound to pass. Like this, you are mindful about phenomena. Impermanence is a phenomenon. Suffering is a phenomenon. And then after that, there are other phenomena too that you develop with it. So laziness, and then after that, anger, such kind of. So when they arise, you are aware and you try to get rid of certain phenomena at the same time. So about certain phenomena, you stay aware, you develop mindfulness. And then finally, this leads to right concentration, right? So right concentration means when you practice meditation deeper and deeper and deeper, you gain the ability to eradicate the 5 enemies of meditation and life. What are the 5 enemies of meditation and life? Number 1,
Sensual pleasure.
addiction to sensual pleasure. That's number 1. Number 2, right. Sahana, can you remember number 2? Right. Then number 2, anger, aversion. Anger is one part of aversion. I told you that aversion means it has many phases, but it may be fear, irritating feeling, so loathsomeness. So whatever the phase it comes out, so it appears with various phases, but it's the same phenomenon which arises. What is that? Aversion. And laziness. Then after that, wandering mind. Then finally, doubt. So suppressing them, if you have to eradicate, then you have to practice vipassana. But if you practice breathing meditation, you suppress. So then to get to develop right concentration, you have to practice breathing meditation. Then when you practice it, what happens is you suppress these enemies of your meditation and life. Then you develop right concentration. You go deeper and deeper and deeper, and you develop the 8 levels of concentration. Right. So finally, all these things help you to understand the phenomenon of the world and truth about your body and mind. And finally, it helps you retain the ultimate peace, ultimate happiness, Nibbana. So these are the 8. This is the 8 noble path, right? Right view, right concept, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration, right? Okay. Then that way you gain the ability to to understand the truth by your own experience and attain real peace and real happiness. That's what we were learning throughout these 8 weeks. That's 8 noble paths. So, as I mentioned, today is the question and answer session. If you have any question, you can you can ask right now. Let's start with Oliver. Oliver, do you have any question?
Not now.
Not now. Jaya?
You mentioned we should, if we have, let's say, compassion or some good, better qualities, we should increase those. How do we go about doing that? How do we
Right.
increase?
So when you practice loving kindness meditation, that's what you do. So you develop your capacity, you open up yourself for loving kindness. So the more you multiply, it develops, it increases the level of your loving kindness, your compassion, it increases, right? So so gradually it happens. So for that, you have to practice loving kindness meditation more. And day-to-day life too, I taught this technique. In your day-to-day life too, whenever you meet a person, better to think before you talk or interact with that person, even though you don't have to interact, even though that's a stranger that you meet while you are walking. If you are walking in the morning or in the evening for a certain period of time, you see people on the road. So by mind, you think it doesn't take much time. For a few seconds, you spread loving kindness. You think, may this person be wholeheartedly. You have to think, may this person be well, be happy, be peaceful. Right. So yeah. So I'll teach you another thing. So if you have an enemy, someone who does hurtful things towards you. So at the end of loving kindness meditation, think about that person, and by mind, see yourself, that person smiling with happiness, right? And wish that that person be able to live like that, right? So, so seeing that person smiling and being able to enjoy, being able to be happy on that person's smile, that is also a big improvement. Yes. So please, if you can, please do. By that way too, you develop compassion and loving kindness. Right. Ms. Shanti, do you have any question?
Yeah, I have one question. So I think the flip side of that, the previous question, suppose we all identify that there is one problem with maybe it's laziness. How do you actually kind of focus on that without getting distracted with all the other things?
All right. So then, every morning you have to die.
Okay.
Can you understand? When you when you lay on your bed, so if you have laziness, if you so early morning where when you wake up, don't start anything. So just lay and think that you are dead, and then think what are things that you couldn't do, right? So this is a moment that can come anytime. So it may be today, it may be tomorrow, it may be day after tomorrow, 1 month, 1 year, or 10 years later. This is bound to happen. So you don't have a lot of time. So let me be vigilant. Let me work hard. So every morning you have to die, right? So not actually you die, you think that you are dead, right? Please do that. Practice that technique. Nico, very nice that you came. I'm glad that you started. Do you have any question?
I have one question. I heard in Theravada, this the Arhat,
Yes, Arahant. Yes,
and Mahayana, there's Bodhisattva.
yes.
What is the differences in what?
All right. Bodhisattva is so. In Japan, after the Second World War ended, Bantes taught everyone to become a bodhisattva for the future generations, right? So that means you become so that's how Japan recovered again. So becoming a bodhisattva means that's a person who works for the other people selflessly, right? While practicing good qualities within, that person dedicates that person's life for the well-being of the other people, right? So, and that is a being by developing such kind of, so there are 10 perfections. So this is not the time to teach all that. So then practicing, that person multiplies those 10 perfections within. And later on, by multiplying it to the maximum level, in one life, that person gains the ability to become a Buddha, right? So that's Bodhisattva. Arhat means the person who practices the Buddhist teaching in this very life, and practicing in this very life, Bodhisattva doesn't want to become enlightened in this life. So that person lives that person's life selflessly, helping the other people, right? Helping the other people to develop spiritually, right? So but that person is slowly progressing towards the enlightenment. So and then Arhan, so he is not wishing to go through the whole sansaric journey circle, and that person practices ardently and attain enlightenment in this very life. So these are the two concepts, right? So both are good, both are accepted in all both Buddhisms, but somehow in Theravada, becoming an arhat is more valued, because if you don't understand the path, how can you help the other people? So you have to understand, and you have to have the enlightenment to teach the other people. So that's why it is valued more in Theravada. That's a huge philosophical debate, right? I'm not going to, later on I'll teach you, but not right now. We are not going to talk about the whole debate, right? Yeah. So then, right. How about, but you can become, before becoming Bodhisattva or Arhat, keep on working. Later on, whoever you become, let you become. Yes.
But before the question is like when bad people are there, like every day so many people violate our policies, rules, right? If we give them that kindness, like they should be happy, then what is the meaning? But if they don't allow us to survive, that there are some good people,
Yeah.
so they should be punished by the bad people.
So
we should not give them loving kindness, right? In that case.
No. So you should share your loving kindness with everybody. So that's for yourself.
They are troubling all the people.
Yes. So that happens because of their negativities. Because they have not met, maybe because during their childhood they didn't have a good guidance from the parents, or they didn't have good spiritual teachers to teach them, like to you. And then after that, there might not have been good friends to teach and help and encourage to do such kind of things. So that person has developed a lot of negativities with it. Even Angulimala, he killed thousands of people, but later on he changed and became an enlightened person who helped so many people. So So those kinds of people, they are not Angulimalas, right? Still. So we should share loving kindness. But whenever you have to stand up, you have to stand up. So loving kindness doesn't mean, so when someone comes to you and so hate you, you stay like, oh, I'm a vegetable. You can cut me and do anything to me. No. So you have to react, but with loving kindness. So you should not overreact. At the same time, you have to take initial action, right? So so father, sometimes father or mother, they become strict towards the child sometimes, right? It doesn't mean they don't love the child. They want the child to be better. So like that, Buddha also taught mata yata niyam putta. You have to share your loving kindness with all the beings, just like a mother shares her loving kindness with her own one and only son, right? One and only daughter or son. So then you have to be like that. So you have to share your loving kindness. But when that person is doing wrong things, that person is not only harming the other people, that person is harming himself or herself too. Then you have to stand up and help that person. But if that person doesn't listen, then you have to avoid. Or if it is serious case, then you have to take legal action. Right. Anubha. So hope you have a lot of anubha too. Right? Experience. Right. Do you have any question? Yeah, all right. Ms. Shireen, do you have any question?
Something fifth step of meditation, vipassana, or to observe from tip of the neck to the toe.
So even though we are practicing the fifth one, so when you finished observing the legs, so start from the top of the head, right? So so vipassana meditation is it's about observing the whole body, right? We started from the first part. Actually, in the original meditation, you have to observe the whole body. So but here we don't have much time. That's why I broke it into 5 parts. So whenever you finish observing both the legs, if you have time, start with the top of your head, right?
Should start from legs and then.
Yes, because if not, I know you are beginners. If you always start with top of your head, then what will happen is you will be bored. Then you won't do the practice well. So that's why I broke it into 5 parts, so that your enthusiasm prevails and you will benefit from the technique more.
Just legs, top of the head, and then you got.
Yes, right. So head, then head area and face area. Then after that, neck area, both the hands, middle part of your body, buttocks, up to the tip of the toes. Right? Yeah, maybe I missed you. Namal, do you have any question?
General question. How do you deal with attachment to the past, nostalgia?
All right. You have to understand, past is something which is gone. Even though how much you try or stay remorseful, you can't bring it back. So you have to be happy with the golden egg that you have right now. The golden eggs that you didn't receive in the past, you have to let them go, right? So then if you crave for the past, then so you can't focus on the present. So the whole world is a flux. Whole world is a flux, and everything is impermanent. They keep on changing. People come and go, things happen and so then they end, right? So like that, life is a flux. So you have to let it happen, and you should not so get overwhelmed by those things. You have to focus on the present, and you have to live in the present, appreciating. So that's how you can live a comfortable life. If not, even though there are so many good things to appreciate even though there are thousands of good things are happening to appreciate at the present, you don't get the time to appreciate them and enjoy them, because you keep on being remorseful about something which already happened in the past that you cannot change. Can you understand? So, so succumb to the moment of now. Let the past go, right? You be happy now. Malnandi? Yeah. Then Dikshita, do you have any question?
Follow-up question to Ashwini. You're not just attached to the past, but there are thoughts that still come that are mostly from the past. So what do you do?
So if you have, letting go of the past doesn't mean whenever it is necessary, you don't think about the past, right? If there are certain things that happened in the past, but so let's say for an example, you kept something somewhere in the past. So then you have to remind that, right? Oh, I kept this one at this place. So that's a necessary. You have to analyze whether this is necessary or whether this is unnecessary. Then when you understand that it's not necessary, then you have to focus on the present. I taught you during the mindfulness, right mindfulness time. So you then at that time, if your mind keeps on going over there, you have to keep on divert your focus to the things that you do right now. Engage in some kind of an activity, and whatever the postures that you maintain, keep on focusing on. Right. Let me go to online students too. So, Mr. Howard, do you have any question?
Actually, I do, Bhante.
Yes.
My question has to do with meditation. And during my meditation, I've been finding lately that I go to about 20 minutes to a half an hour, and my state of being changes drastically in an interesting way, where it feels like I've just arrived to meditation, where I'm really in a truly aware state. And it's pretty regular that I get something new pretty consistently, where it's like, oh, I've been sitting here meditating, I've been doing, checking my body, or I've been just doing concentration. But after 20, 30 minutes, all of a sudden, it's like, if I had to say it, I could go much longer. It feels like there's something saying to me, I think it's time to have a longer meditation, because something has changed about my meditation. So
Very nice, Mr.
I'm
Howard.
curious about that.
Yeah. So now this is the time that you really started the meditation. So, so if you can invest more time, please keep on doing so. Now this is the time that you will start to progress faster, right? Somehow, whenever you had a good time, so appreciate that, but don't cling to it. So take each and every sitting as that particular sitting, and keep on moving forward, Mr. Howard. So now we are going to develop more. So I'm glad that you came to this stage.
Thank you, Bhante.
May you be happy. Sahana, do you have any question?
Nothing, Bhante. Thank you so
Yes.
much. I had a good meditation.
May you be happy. Dinisharangi, do you have any question?
Are we all one? Like, okay, so enlightenment, I like there's fire, like four sticks are there, and it's giving fire, and then somebody enlightened, then the fire is go, and then that's it. So I have my own karma, right? I do good things, so that things somebody do. So and everybody is are we connected with the consciousness? So yeah, just
So there is no any connected with consciousness. So inside each and everyone has their own consciousness, and consciousness is also arising and passing away. So there are 5 aggregates, right? All of them separately, they arise and pass away, right? So there is no one consciousness for it. One arises, it passes away, giving birth to another one. Just like the trees. Let's take a mango tree. there is a mango tree. It generates one fruit, and then because of that fruit, another tree arises, it dies, giving birth to another mango tree, like that. Did you understand? So consciousnesses, they also keep on arising and passing away continuously. Yes. I'll teach you more tomorrow. Yes. So it's almost 10 o'clock. Then we are going to finish. So yes.
So, why do we have different techniques of meditation? To do Vipassana, are there different techniques from each?
Yes. So very good question, Ms. Dikshita. Breathing meditation helps you to develop concentration. So when you practice breathing meditation, you develop concentration. And in Vipassana meditation, you develop wisdom. So two techniques, two objectives, right? So then that's why there are various techniques. Got it? But you can divert them into different. For an example, breathing meditation, you can divert it into Vipassana meditation too. But basically, here we practice it as a meditation to concentrate. Right? Right. Let's finish. Together, all of us gathered together and practiced this wonderful non-sectarian meditation and accumulated a lot of positive energy. By the power of that positive energy, let's wish. May all our troubles be away. May all the good things happen in our lives, practicing the Dhamma. May all of us attain real peace, real happiness, purification of mind, Nibbana. With those thoughts, please join your palms together and concentrate. I'm going to bless. Abhivadana senisse nichang vada pachaino chattaro dhamma vadanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti me vache ato nibbana sampatti iminate samijyato. May you all be well. May you all be happy. May you all be very peaceful and blessed. Sukhi hotu. Sukhi hotu. Good night, everyone, and see you in the next week. Take rest. Take rest. Good night, Mr. Huad.
Good night to you, Bante.
Good night, Sahana.
Good night, Bante. Thank you so